Good morning, welcome to Yoga with Lucy, where today we're going to be doing a short practice that's all about opening the heart and feeling the love. So if you'd like to join me in a comfortable seated position, might be cross-legged. This morning for you, that might be legs straight out in front of you. You might want to place one foot in front of the other. Just get yourselves nice and comfortable and we'll begin. So we're going to start by gently closing the eyes or just lowering the gaze if that feels more comfortable for you today. And we're going to start to attune to the breath. So we're just settling in, just allowing ourselves a little bit of time to observe the breath, to watch the breath coming into the body, watching the breath leaving the body. You might notice that it's a little ragged, might be a little bit short, might be shallow. Don't try and do anything with it. Just observe the breath. Allow yourself to settle into this space that's just for you now. And when you're ready, we're going to gently open the eyes and we're going to begin by doing a few neck rolls just to work out a few cracks. So as we take a breath in, we're going to lower the chin to the chest, and as we breathe out, we're going to go over to the right hand side, breathing in back to the centre, and breathing out over to the left hand side, breathing in back to centre, and to the right. If you just want to keep repeating this with your own breath, just for a few. That's it, just a nice few rolls. It's a shame you can't hear all the crooks in my neck right now. Okay, coming back to centre, we're going to come back to a neutral position, open the eyes. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the arms out in front of us. We're going to rotate the wrists one way. We're going to rotate the wrists the other way. Then we're going to lift the arms up above the head, and we're going to clench the fist, release the fist over and over, quickly as you can, hard as you can. Get some warmth into the forearms, and we're going to lower the hands again in front of us, rotating one way and the other. Giving them a bit of a shake, and then we're going to walk the hands out in front of us, hinging from the hips. Keeping the back long and lowering the head when it feels comfortable. Taking a few breaths here. Might be feeling a gentle stretch on the outside of the hips. Maybe on the inside of the groin. And breathing in, we're going to start to come up. We're going to walk the hands in. And then we're going to put the hands behind us, toes pointing towards it, fingers pointing towards the back of the mat. We're going to bring the feet in front of us, flat to the floor, knees bent, and we're going to take a breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to push up into reverse tabletop position. Strong as you can, really lifting those hips, allowing the head to drop backwards if it feels comfortable for you. If you want to keep the chin tucked, then that's absolutely fine. Pulling that belly in, lifting those hips, and gently lowering down. We're going to cross the legs the other way this time. So we habitually cross our legs one way generally. So we're just opting to correct that a little bit by going the other way. And as we did before, we're going to breathe out, hinging forward, walking the hands forward, allowing the head to drop. And walking the hands back in. We're going to walk those hands behind us again. Fingertips pointing towards the back of the mat, feet flat to the floor, knees bent. And we're going to lift those hips, dropping the head back if it feels comfortable. Not a nice pose, not one that everybody likes. Lowering the hips down, Crossing those legs again, swapping the order that your feet are stacked in, hinging forward, lowering that chest to the mat. Walking the hands back in and behind us. We're just going to do this one more time. Feet flat to the floor. Inhaling, exhaling, lift. Really keep pushing those hips up. And lowering down. And across the legs. And this time, we're going to put the hands, plant the hands firmly in front of us. And we're going to roll over the knees and come into a nice square position on our hands and knees, making sure the crease of the wrist is nice in line with the front of the mat, making sure the knees are below the hips, hands are below the shoulders. Feeling through 4 corners of the hands, feel that connection of the lower legs on the mat. And then we're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to arch the back, lifting the belly button, pushing up into the shoulders, dropping the head last of all. Breathing in, we're going to flatten the feet, lowering the belly button, tilting the pelvis the other way. Head coming through, really concentrating on the chest coming through the arms if you can here. Tucking the toes under as we breathe out. Flattening the feet, lowering the belly, bringing the chest through the arms as we breathe in. One more round, breathing out. Really push up into the back of those shoulders, really start to feel them opening up nicely. Breathing in, flatten those feet and bringing the chest forward. Then we're going to bring our knees back slightly, lowering ourselves down very gently. We're going to bring the hands forward so that the elbows are underneath the shoulders, nice and tucked in. Just into a gentle sphinx pose and lifting the gaze. So don't try and crick the neck here, we're only looking up ever so slightly and feeling a really nice, gentle, even curve through the back. Then we're going to lower back down, pushing back up into our hands and knees, position nice and square once again. And we're going to lift the right arm as we inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to thread the needle under the left arm. Exhaling, reaching all the way up and twisting through that spine. Inhaling, coming through. We're just going to do 5 of these on each side. Starting to one up the spine, one up the shoulder. Open that heart space. And one more. Planting that hand firmly back down, we're going to inhale the left arm up and exhale and bring it through. Inhaling and exhaling. You don't need to match my pace, match your own breath. And one more. Bringing that hand back down and just pushing back into child's pose. Just for a second, turning the hands over so that the backs of the hands are resting on the mat. Give those wrists a little rest. And then come back up into hands and knees. We're going to curl the toes under and we're going to come up into our first downward facing dog. Now I want you to keep the knees ever so slightly bent if that's more comfortable for you. And we're just going to walk the dog. Walking the heels up and down, feeling into the back of the leg. When it's starting to feel more comfortable, we can settle in. Sometimes it's nice just to stay and find some space. So we're really concentrating now on lifting the hip bones, lifting the seat bones up to the sky, bringing the chest through the arms, Really pushing the floor away with the hands. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the right leg as high as we can. Then we're going to bend the knee, hinging that hip open, looking under the right armpit. Try and keep the top half of your body exactly the same as it was in downward facing dog. It's tough, I know. Then we're going to straighten that leg out behind us. Tucking the knee right into the chest. I'm going to step that foot through, dropping the left knee. I'm going to come up into a low lunge, but we're just going to rest the hands on that front knee for a second. Just feel that stretch down the front of this hip flexor. And then we're going to sit back into a nice runner stretch, pulling those toes towards us. Don't go too far, just as far as feels comfortable for you. And then flattening that right foot, bringing yourself forward. This time we're going to sweep the arms up into a slight back bend. So you'll feel a bit more of a stretch down the hip flexor this time. Lowering the hands, sitting back into that runner stretch. Flattening the foot and coming forwards. This time we're going to bring ourselves up. We're going to really concentrate on bringing the shoulders back and down. We're going to clasp the hands behind the back, pushing the palms together. I'm going to push that down just to open the chest. I'm going to lift the gaze. Keep breathing in. And releasing here. I'm going to come into gate pose. And I've got myself the wrong way around, so I'm going to turn around for you. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to turn this left leg, walk the hands round so that they're in front of us. We're going to straighten the right leg, pointing the toes out. We're going to make sure that this hip is directly above the knee, so that we're all in a nice line. Make sure that your whole body is in one plane. We haven't got the leg behind us or in front of us, it's right out by the side of us. Then we're going to inhale the left arm up, and as we exhale, we're going to lean ever so slightly to the right hand side, sliding your right hand down that leg into a lovely side bend. What we're making sure of is that we're still keeping the hips and the whole body facing forwards. We're not coming over like this just because we can reach a bit further. We're coming gently over the top. Then inhale and come back up. And as we exhale, we're going to come over to the other side. Inhaling our way back up. Into that lovely side bend again. And exhaling down to the left hand side. We're doing it with control. We're not letting that left hand just drop to the floor. We're controlling the movement all the way through. Exhaling back up to the top. One more time over to this left hand side. And then while we're here this time, we're going to turn the toes so that our foot is now in line with the short edge of the mat. So the toes are pointing in the same direction as our gaze. So this time as we come back up, and we windmill our hands over and we're coming down to the right hand side, you might find you can't stretch quite as far. You might find you can stretch further, but I think you'll certainly notice a difference here. Inhaling back up and exhaling over to the left hand side. One more time, bending gently over to the right hand side. Then we're going to bring the hands to the hips. I'm going to hinge forward from the hips, releasing our hands to the floor in front of us. Then taking a breath in, as we breathe out, we're going to sit back down. Try and keep that foot exactly where it is, keeping that right foot in the exact same position. So you'll feel this now right up the inside of your right leg. Then we're going to walk the hands gently forward so that we're really folded and tucked in, lowering the head, and we're just going to stay here. Now if you feel that this is too much at any point, please stop. You shouldn't feel any pain. You might be able to feel some tension, you might be able to feel some stretching, but you shouldn't be feeling any pain at all. As soon as you feel pain, back off. Likewise, if your breathing starts to become ragged, that's a sign that you might just be pushing yourself a little bit too far. Just make sure you're listening to your own body, listening to the signs that it's giving you. So then we're going to walk the hands back in, and we're going to use all the strength that we've got in that left leg, and we're going to push ourselves back up. Hands come back onto the hips, and we're going to turn ourselves back round very elegantly. Hands coming back down, so we're back into that runner stretch, and we're just going to bring ourselves back onto our hands and knees, and we're going to go again on the left hand side. So I have to turn myself around again because I've got myself all mixed up this morning. But from hands and knees, where you were before, we're going to push ourselves up into downward facing dog once more. Might want to walk that dog again, might feel really nice to give that left leg a stretch out after that tightly folded in pose. Then we're going to inhale that left leg all the way up, tucking it into the chest, stepping it through, dropping that right knee down onto the mat, lifting the top half of the body and resting the hands on that left knee. Just taking a second here to start opening up this right hip flexor. Then we're going to sit back into our runner stretch. Flattening that left foot, bringing ourselves forward. This time we're going to lift the arms and lift the gaze. Slight back bend. And lowering the hands, coming back. Pulling the toes towards you. Flattening that foot. Coming up this time, we're going to bring our shoulders back and down. Grasping the hands behind our back, really opening that chest, pushing those hands, feeling that tension in the arms, lifting the gaze, and bringing the hands to the mat, coming back into that runner stretch. Just for a breath before we do our gate pose on this side. So we're going to walk the hands round to the front, we're going to turn that right leg, keeping the left toes pointing out. Making sure that we're all in the same plane once again, keeping the hips nice and facing forward. Really point those toes. Left hand comes to the outside of the left leg. Inhaling, right arm comes up. And we'll take a lovely side bend to the left. Breathing out, coming up. Breathing in, windmilling the hands over, under control. Gaze follows the top hand. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, coming over. Really feeling how long that right hand side of the body is. And breathing out up to the side, controlling the movement the whole time. Nice bend over to the left. Breathing out one more time, we're going to lower that right hand to the mat. While we're here, we're going to turn that right foot in so that it's now in line with the short edge of your mat. Toes are pointing in the same direction as your gaze. And as we come back up, we're going to take that side bend again. Might feel a little more difficult this time as we sit on the other side. Breathing out, windmilling the hands, coming over to the right side. And one more time. Leaning into that beautiful bend. Then we're going to bring the hands to the hips. We're going to hinge forward. Anytime you feel any pain, as we said, ease off, hands come to the floor. Sitting back on that right leg and walking the hands forward, making sure that left foot stays firmly planted. And we're going to walk the hands back in and push ourselves back up. Coming all the way back up, turning ourselves around and bringing ourselves back onto our hands and knees. We're going to take a moment in child's pose. I'll just take a couple of breaths in child's pose and I'll move on to the next page so I don't repeat the whole thing again. And what we're going to do from here, we're going to make sure that our fingers are walked as far away from our body as they possibly can be. We're going to flatten the elbows to the mat, and we're going to push ourselves through, keeping the nose and the chin just 2 or 3 inches from the floor, but trying to keep them the same distance as you go all the way through. And we're going to come onto the hands and push ourselves up into upward facing dog in one movement. Just going to hang here for a second, trying not to clench the buttocks, feeling an even curve through the spine, the gaze comes forward. Then we're going to turn the feet over, pushing back into downward facing dog. Taking a moment here, and come over into plank. If your downward facing dog is the right length, if it's not too big, it's not too small, you've been in a nice plank position. Going to come to the knees, flattening the feet, bringing the chin and chest to the mat, hold it there, hold, pushing through into a gentle cobra. And we're going to push ourselves back into child's pose in the opposite way that we did before. So you're really feeling that on your triceps, and we're starting to build some strength in there for your chaturangas. I'm going to do that one more time. So the fingers are as far forwards as they can be. I'm going to drop the elbows to the floor, keeping the nose a couple of inches from the mat, and push ourselves forwards and lift the knees into upward facing dog. We're going to turn the feet over and push back into downward facing dog. Making sure your dog is an appropriate length, not just a length that lets you get your heels on the floor. No chihuahuas, no Great Danes, just the right size of dog for us. Coming forward into plank. I think mine's a bit wrong, a bit short. Dropping the knees. Chin and chest come towards the mat. Pushing through into a gentle cobra. Then we're going to lower ourselves down. We're going to push ourselves back into child's pose. Taking a breath here. Then we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. Pushing up into downward facing dog. And we're going to walk all the way right tips close to the front of the mat, where we're going to hang in a nice forward fold, just for a second. And keeping ourselves folded in nicely, we're going to toe, heel, toe, our feet to the edges, to the outside edges of the mat. So they're now at 45 degrees on the outside edges of your mat. And from here we're going to sit ourselves back and down into Malasana, taking the hands into prayer. The elbows are inside the knees, bringing our hands to our chest. Now your Malasana might not be here, your Malasana might be here, it might be here. Wherever your Malasana is, try and settle in. Try and release the tension that you've got in your legs. The more you can let go, the lower it'll come, gently and slowly over time. And release the hands to the floor and straighten the legs. Whoa, that feels good. Hang in here for a second. Then we're going to sit the buttocks back down one more time into Malasana, bringing the hands to the heart, really using the elbows to find some leverage. And release the hands to the mat, push ourselves back up, heel toe, those feet back in so that they are hip width. Letting yourself hang just for a second before we roll ourselves up. Like a ragdoll, rolling those shoulders as we get to the top. Give the arms a shake out. Good. Now we're going to do a couple of rounds of sun salutations if we're not warm enough already. So we're going to bring the feet hip distance apart. Really feeling into all 4 corners of the feet. We're going to pull the kneecaps up We're going to tuck tailbone under, belly button pulls in, shoulders are back and down, arms by our side, palms facing forwards, jaws parallel to the floor, and we're feeling that invisible thread pulling our head all the way up to the ceiling, lovely and tall. Gently close the eyes and take a breath just for a second. Feel the strength of your Tadasana. Feel yourself grounded down, how strong your legs are. And opening the eyes, we're going to inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back the right foot, back the left foot. Inhale, exhale, and lowering down, pushing through into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take 5 breaths here. Really feel into your downward facing dog. Really make sure you're pushing away with your hands. Head is nice and loose. And we're going to bend the knees. We're going to take our gaze forward and we're going to step the right foot and the left foot to the front of the mat. Lifting into that flat back position. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot back and the left foot. Inhale, exhale, lowering down, pushing through into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step into the front of the mat. Lengthening. Fold. Inhale, come all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stepping back into plank, and as always, I should have said before, you can come to your knees, chin and chest if that's more comfortable for you than Chaturanga. Pushing through into Cobra if that's more comfortable than upward facing dog. Always pick the level that's more comfortable for you. Pushing back into downward facing dog. And taking out 5 breaths. Inhale, gaze forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step into the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, what we're going to do now, I'm just going to do a little sequence which involves crescent lunge. So we're going to start by coming to the top of the mat. We're going to bring our hands to our heart. We're going to lift the right leg, making sure you found your drishti. Using your hands to push together to help you to balance. Take a nice breath in. As we exhale, we're going to take a big step back with that right foot. We're going to stay on the toes of that right foot and make sure we bring our upper body back. Take a breath here for a second. And we're going to bring the hands behind us, grasping behind our back. If you can't even come onto the toes on the front foot as well, just for a second. Good, lowering the heels down. If you can come an inch lower. And I'm going to sweep the hands through, taking a slight back bend. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Oh, as we're breathing here today. Then we're going to lower the hands to the mat. Step the right foot in, about 8 inches. Turning the toes to 45 degrees, straightening the left leg, and we're going to fold over that left leg, hinging from the hip. Keeping the hips pointing towards the short edge of the mat. Take a breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to step the right foot to join the left at the front of the mat. Then we're going to sit ourselves down, and we're going to sweep the hands up into chair. Utkatasana. Bring the hands into the heart. We're going to lift that right leg again. We're going to place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Keep pushing those hands together for that balance. Keep gazing at your drishti. Inhale and release the right leg and come back up to standing. Give that left leg a little bit of a shake off. Then we're going to go again on the other side. So we're going to bring our hands to our heart. Find our drishti. Start to take the weight over into that right foot. Going to lift the left leg. Keep gazing, keep finding that gazing point. Really balancing here, good. Take a breath in as we breathe out. We're going to step that left foot back as far as you can. Stay on the toes, making sure your feet are on train tracks, you're not on the tightrope. Bringing the upper body back, so we're nice and tall. Then we're going to bring the hands behind, crossing them behind us. And we're going to try and come onto the toes on that front foot as well if we can. Releasing the heel back down, so you can come an inch lower again. Sweep the hands through, gentle back bend, gaze comes to the hands. Breathing out, hands come down to the mat. Step that back foot in, about 8 inches, turning the toes to 45 degrees. Hinging forward over that right leg. Take a nice breath in as we exhale, the left foot joins the right at the front of the mat. Sitting ourselves back down, sweeping the arms through into chair. Hands coming to the heart. I'm going to lift the left foot this time. Left ankle to right knee, sit back down. Feeling that left hip opening up, concentrating on our drishti, pulling the belly in, and then gently release, coming back up to standing once again. Inhale the arms up above the head, exhaling, folding down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, stepping back. Into plank position, holding here, a couple of breaths, feeling the strength, feeling the warmth in your body that you've generated, pulling that belly in, dropping the knees down, pushing back into a nice wide-kneed child's pose, resting the forehead on the mat, allowing the arms to relax. Take a breath here. Then we're going to bring ourselves gently back up. Arms are coming over onto our backs now. So we're going to plant the feet fairly close to our buttocks. Making sure the shoulders are nice and comfortable and flat down on the mat. And we're going to bring the right knee in. And just like we did when we were standing a minute ago, we're going to put the right ankle on the left knee. Then we're going to reach the right hand through the hole that we've created. Left hand comes round and we're going to grasp the hands, easy for me to say, around the back of the leg. Pulling that left leg in, opening that right hip up. And we're going to pull the toes on the left foot and the right foot up. We're going to flex the feet to get the most out of that stretch. See if you can just bring yourselves in with each breath a little bit further. Releasing the hands now, Releasing the left leg back down and the right foot. I'm going to repeat that on the other side, so the left ankle goes on the right knee, reaching the left arm through to meet the right. And we're going to flex the toes on both feet, bringing the toes up towards the shins. Pulling that right leg in, allowing that left hip to open. Releasing the hands, releasing the legs. I'm going to come into bridge pose now. So we're going to bring the heels in as close to the buttocks as we can, close as feels comfortable for you. Make sure the shoulders are nice and flat on the floor, chin's tucked in slightly. Then as we breathe in, we're just going to tilt the pelvis so that we can feel the hollow beneath our spine. Where you can see I've got my left hand now, flattening. As we breathe in and out, we're just going to flatten that hollow and release back to a neutral position. Next time as we breathe in, we're just going to lift the first vertebrae or two off the mat. And as we breathe out, we're going to roll them back down. Breathing in. This time we're going to lift a little bit further, perhaps to the back of the shoulders, the rib cage. As we breathe out, one vertebra at a time, we're going to lower them back down. So we're rolling up a little bit further each time we breathe in. And each time we breathe out, we're lowering down slowly, slowly, slowly. And what we want to make sure we're doing each time is keeping the knees parallel, not allowing them to splay out. And then as we come up into our full expression of the pose, we're going to work those shoulders in underneath us. Really use the thighs, use the strength in your legs to push yourself up. We're not staying just yet. We're going to lower ourselves back down. So again, we're going to take it nice and slow, lifting one vertebra at a time. And this time we're going to bring the arms with us. We breathe in all the way to the top. And as we breathe out, lowering the arms back down. Might need to make a few adjustments in between each round just to make sure that you're completely comfortable. And breathe it out. Coming back down. One more time, we're going to breathe in. Breathing out, lowering ourselves back down. Okay, this time when we're going to come up, we're not going to bring our arms with us. We're going to come up nice and steady, and we're going to clasp the hands if we can behind us. And we're going to flatten those arms down onto the floor. We'll take a few breaths here. Releasing the hands, rolling ourselves back down. We're going to come up next into a one-legged bridge. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with this, if you don't feel strong enough for this today, then just repeat bridge pose again. It's not a problem. Nobody can see you. It's not a competition. So this time, make sure your feet are nice and firm. All four corners of both feet are doing the job. Breathing in, we're coming up. Really getting onto the back of those shoulders. Clasping the hands behind us. And then as we breathe in, we're going to lift the right leg. We're going to point the toes all the way up to the sky. Keep holding. Really firming the left leg, feeling the strength in it. And as we breathe out, release the hands and lower back down. We'll do that one more time on this side. So we're going to come up into bridge. Clasping the hands behind us. Breath in, firm that left leg. Lifting the right leg, pointing it right up towards the sky. And this time we're going to release the hands and try lowering down while keeping that leg pointed up into the air. Then we're going to release it to the floor. Okay, we're ready for the other side. Breathing in, hands behind the back, firming that right foot, really feeling the strength in that right leg as we lift the left leg, pointing the toes all the way to the sky. Release the hands, coming back down, either with the toes pointed or just releasing the legs, however feels comfortable to you. One more time, breathing in, pushing up into bridge pose, grasping the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers, firm that right leg, lifting the left leg, pointing the toes up to the sky, holding there, keep breathing. Release the hands, rolling back down, releasing that leg. Now we're going to pull the knees into the chest, giving ourselves a hug, rolling around on that lower back. Feeling how open the front of the body feels from the lovely back bends that we've done today. And we're just going to take the outside edges of the feet. You might need to come up a little bit to do this. And we're going to try and tuck those knees into our armpits, into Balasana, happy baby pose. Really pulling those knees in, hugging the outside edges of the feet. And close the eyes gently if that feels comfortable for you here. And releasing the hands, releasing the feet. Coming down into Shavasana. So allowing the feet to flop out to either side of the mat. Allowing the hands to fall away from the body. Backs of the hands are on the floor. Whole body's relaxed now. You can feel the ground supporting you. Relaxing each of the feet in turn. Relaxing the ankles. Relaxing the shins and the calves. Relaxing the knees. Relaxing the front of the thigh and the back of the thigh. Relaxing the hips. Relaxing the stomach and the lower back. Relaxing the buttocks. Relaxing the ribs in the middle of the back. Relaxing the chest. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the upper arms. Relaxing the lower arms. Relaxing the hands and the fingers. Allowing the fingers to just gently curl. Relaxing the neck and the throat. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the tongue inside the mouth. Relaxing the face and allowing the eyebrows to draw apart from each other. Relaxing the scalp. Feel the weight of the mat. Feel the ground supporting you. Just let go. If you've got more time to spend in Shavasana, then please do. For those of you who are ready to come out of Shavasana, bring your hands together, rubbing the palms together to generate some heat. We're going to bring the hands over the eyes. And we're going to bring the knees in. And gently roll ourselves over onto our right hand side. And we're going to open the eyes inside the hands, allowing the light to start to filter through. And bring the hands away from the eyes when you're ready. Bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. No rush. Just get yourselves nice and comfortable. And we're going to finish by taking 3 nice deep breaths. So we're going to bring the hands to the side of the hips. Breathe in, we're going to bring the hands up above us. Breathing out, hands to heart. Another nice deep breath in as we sweep the arms up. Exhaling the hands back down to the heart. And one more time, one nice deep breath. Sweeping all the love that you've created, all the positive energy, and really locking it into your heart space. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me this morning, and I hope to see you all soon. Take really good care.